Welcome to a chilling exploration of history's most haunting final moments. Today, we delve into 15 photographs that captured joy, adventure, and everyday life, right before unimaginable tragedy struck. These images aren't just snapshots, they're frozen echoes of lives cut short, each with a disturbing backstory rooted in real events. From natural disasters to human error and fateful decisions, we'll uncover the surrounding circumstances in detail, piecing together the stories that make these photos so profoundly eerie. Viewer discretion is advised. These tales are as heartbreaking as they are unforgettable. Let's begin. Imagine a serene beach in Thailand on Boxing Day 2004. Deborah Garlick, a 20-year-old from Nottingham, England, was enjoying her dream holiday, volunteering and soaking in the tropical paradise. She had just captured a roll of film filled with joyful moments, laughing with local children on the sand, the sun glinting off the waves. Unbeknownst to her, a massive 9.1 magnitude earthquake had struck off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, unleashing one of the deadliest natural disasters in history, the Indian Ocean tsunami. Waves towering up to 100 feet high raced across the sea at speeds of 500 miles per hour, devastating coastlines from Indonesia to East Africa and claiming over 230,000 lives. Deborah was among them, swept away in the chaos at Khao Lak. Her handbag containing the undeveloped film was recovered amid the debris and sent to her grieving parents. When developed, the final image revealed Deborah smiling innocently with the children, oblivious to the wall of water approaching just minutes away. This photo, discovered weeks later, became a poignant symbol of lost innocence amid a catastrophe that displaced millions and prompted global humanitarian reforms. Nub 2. John and Jackie Nill's last moments before the wave. On the same fateful morning of December 26, 2004, Canadian couple John and Jackie Nill, retirees from British Columbia, were strolling along Khao Lak Beach in Thailand, capturing their vacation memories on a digital camera. Married for decades and known for their community involvement back home, they had planned this trip as a relaxing escape. At around 8:20 a.m., they snapped photos of the calm sea, unaware that the tsunami's first signs, a receding ocean exposing the seabed, were already unfolding. By 8:30 a.m., their final images showed the massive wave curling toward them, dark and ominous. The couple was engulfed, their bodies discovered on January 13, 2005, amid the wreckage. Weeks later, Seattle relief worker Richard Pillett found their shattered camera on the beach. Remarkably, the memory card survived. The recovered photos, shared with their family, provided closure, but also a harrowing visual timeline of the disaster's approach. This sequence not only documented the tsunami's raw power, but highlighted the personal toll on tourists and locals alike, with the Nills story inspiring memorials and awareness campaigns about coastal preparedness. 3. The Hawker Hunter jet seconds before catastrophe at Shoreham. August 22, 2015, was meant to be a thrilling day at the Shoreham Airshow in West Sussex, UK. Thousands gathered to watch vintage aircraft perform daring maneuvers. Pilot Andy Hill, an experienced former RAF instructor, was at the controls of a 1950s-era Hawker Hunter jet, executing a loop-the-loop stunt. A photograph captured the plane inverted and descending sharply mere seconds before disaster. Due to insufficient altitude and speed, entering the loop at just 185 feet instead of the required 500, the jet failed to pull up, crashing into traffic on the busy A27 road. The impact killed 11 bystanders, including motorists and cyclists, and injured 16 others, with fiery debris scattering across the highway. Hill ejected and survived with serious injuries, later acquitted of manslaughter after claiming cognitive impairment. The crash, investigated by the UK's Air Accidents Investigation Branch, led to sweeping safety reforms for airshows, including higher minimum altitudes and stricter pilot checks. This image stands as a stark reminder of the razor-thin margin between spectacle and tragedy in aviation displays. Number 4. Marco Simoncelli's final lap in MotoGP. The roar of engines filled the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia on October 23, 2011, during the MotoGP Grand Prix. Italian rider Marco Simoncelli, a 24-year-old rising star nicknamed Super Sick for his aggressive style and charismatic personality, was battling for position in 4th place on lap 2. A photograph caught him leaning into turn 11, helmet gleaming under the sun, just moments before tragedy. His Honda bike lost front-end grip on a low-side crash, sliding across the track into the path of oncoming riders Colin Edwards and Valentino Rossi, Simoncelli's friend and mentor. The impact dislodged his helmet, causing fatal trauma to his head, neck, and chest. Despite 45 minutes of CPR at the track's medical center, he was pronounced dead at 4:56 p.m. local time. The race was canceled, and the incident sparked debates on safety gear, leading to stricter helmet standards and track modifications. Simoncelli's death left a void in the sport, honored annually with tributes and a retired number 58 jersey. 5. Samantha Miller and Eric Hutchinson's wedding night horror. April 28, 2023, should have been the happiest day for newlyweds. Samantha Miller, 34, and Eric Hutchinson in Folly Beach, South Carolina. After exchanging vows in a beachside ceremony, the couple departed their reception in a decorated golf cart, waving to loved ones. A heartbreaking photo captured their beaming smiles moments before disaster. Jamie Komorowski, 25, allegedly drunk after bar hopping and 3 times over the legal limit, slammed her rental car into them at 65 miles per hour in a 25 miles per hour zone. Samantha was ejected and died instantly from blunt force injuries. Eric suffered a brain injury, broken bones, and required multiple surgeries. 2 other passengers were also hurt. Komorowski, charged with felony DUI and reckless homicide, pleaded guilty in December 2024 and was sentenced to 25 years. The case highlighted drunk driving dangers, with Eric suing Komorowski and the bars involved, settling for over $800,000. This image, a symbol of shattered dreams, underscores the preventable devastation of impaired driving. 6. Ayano Tokumasu's slip at Niagara Falls. On August 14, 2011, 20-year-old Japanese student Ayano Tokumasu, studying English at a Toronto language school, visited Niagara Falls with classmates. Dressed in a red jacket, she posed for photos near the Horseshoe Falls, the powerful cascade dropping 188 feet. A tourist's snapshot unwittingly captured her in the background, admiring the misty view, just before she climbed over the safety railing for a better angle. She lost her footing on the wet rocks, tumbling into the raging current and being swept over the edge. Despite a frantic search involving helicopters and boats, her body wasn't recovered until August 18th in the Niagara River. The incident, ruled accidental, prompted calls for enhanced barriers and signage at the site, where over 5,000 have died historically. Ayano's story serves as a tragic caution against ignoring safety for the perfect photo in nature's unforgiving grip. 7. Robert Overacker's failed stunt at Niagara Falls. October 1, 1995, saw 39-year-old Californian Robert Overacker attempt a bold stunt at Niagara Falls to raise awareness for the homeless. Riding a jet ski up the Niagara River, he launched over the brink of the Horseshoe Falls, planning to deploy a rocket-propelled parachute mid-fall. A photo captured him mid-air, jet ski abandoned, seconds before failure. The parachute, designed like a water rocket, tangled and didn't open properly, sending him plummeting 180 feet into the churning waters below. Witnesses watched in horror as he surfaced briefly before being pulled under. His body was recovered downstream. Overacker, a thrill-seeker with no prior stunt experience, ignored fines and bans on such attempts. His death, the 16th daredevil fatality at the Falls, reinforced strict regulations, with survivors like Kirk Jones in 2003 facing charges. This image immortalizes a misguided act of activism turned fatal. 8. Heather Price Papayoti's leap from Hoover Dam. January 10, 2014 brought heartbreak to the Mike O'Callaghan Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge overlooking Hoover Dam in Nevada. Heather Price Papayoti, a 42-year-old Phoenix resident known for her vibrant personality and community involvement, was photographed by an unsuspecting tourist gazing at the vast Colorado River Canyon 900 feet below. Struggling with undisclosed personal issues, she climbed over the railing and jumped, becoming the seventh at the bridge since its 2010 opening. Her body was recovered from the river, ruled a death by multiple blunt force injuries. Heather's family, devastated, launched a memorial fund for prevention and advocated for higher barriers, which were eventually installed in 2020. This poignant image highlights the silent battles many face and the need for mental health resources at high-risk sites. 9. Franz Reichelt's doomed parachute test at the Eiffel Tower. In the early morning of February 4, 1912, Austrian-French tailor Franz Reichelt stood on the first deck of Paris's Eiffel Tower, 187 feet up, clad in his self-designed parachute suit, a bulky contraption of fabric and wires meant to allow safe jumps from heights. A photo captured him poised confidently before the leap, eager to prove his invention after dummy tests failed. Ignoring friends' pleas and police warnings, he jumped. The parachute collapsed into a useless flap, sending him spiraling to the frozen ground below. He died instantly from the impact, his fall filmed by newsreel cameras for a shocked public. Reichelt, obsessed with aviation safety amid early flight risks, became a cautionary tale of hubris. His death spurred advancements in reliable parachutes, now standard in aviation, but this image remains a grim artifact of innovation's perils. Gary Slock's selfie before MH17's fateful flight, July 17, 2014, at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport. 15-year-old Dutch teen Gary Slock and his mother, Petra Langeveld, posed for a cheerful selfie, excited for their South Pacific vacation to Bali. Posted on social media moments before boarding Malaysia Airlines flight MH17, the photo showed their wide smiles against the plane's seats. 3 hours into the flight to Kuala Lumpur, over war-torn eastern Ukraine, the Boeing 777 was struck by a surface-to-air missile fired by pro-Russian separatists, exploding midair and killing all 298 aboard. Debris scattered across 15 square kilometers, with investigations by the Dutch Safety Board confirming the Buk missile's origin. Gary and Petra's story, one of many personal tragedies, fueled international outrage, sanctions against Russia, and a 2022 conviction of 3 men in absentia for murder. This selfie endures as a heartbreaking prelude to geopolitical violence. 11. Martin Luther King Jr. on the Lorraine Motel balcony. April 3, 1968, found Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the iconic civil rights leader, standing on the balcony of room 306 at Memphis's Lorraine Motel. A photo captured him with aides Hosea Williams, Jesse Jackson, and Ralph Abernathy gazing at a stormy sky while supporting striking sanitation workers amid threats and racial tension. King had delivered his prophetic "I've been to the mountaintop" speech the night before, hinting at his mortality. The next day, April 4th, at 6:01 p.m., from nearly the same spot, escaped convict James Earl Ray fired a single shot from a nearby boarding house, striking King in the jaw and spine. He died an hour later at age 39, sparking riots in over 100 cities and accelerating the Civil Rights Act of 1968. Ray was convicted, but later recanted, fueling conspiracy theories. This image, taken just 24 hours prior, symbolizes the fragility of progress in the face of hatred. 12. Dave Halley's family snapshot aboard MH17. Also on MH17, that tragic July 17, 2014, Australian Dave Halley snapped a photo of his wife Iris and their 4-year-old daughter Evie, settling into their seats for what was billed as their dream family vacation from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur, en route to Perth. The family from Melbourne was returning home after a European holiday filled with sightseeing. Like Gary Slock's selfie, this image captured innocent anticipation before the missile strike obliterated the plane at 33,000 feet amid the Ukraine conflict. All 298 perished, including 38 Australians, prompting a massive recovery effort hampered by fighting. Dave's photo, recovered from social media or devices, became a poignant emblem for grieving families who pushed for justice through the International Court of Justice. It underscores how ordinary travels can intersect with global crises. 13. Olga Shina's family boarding Metrojet Flight 9268, October 31, 2015, at Sharm el-Sheikh Airport in Egypt. Russian mother Olga Shina posted a touching photo on social media. Her husband, Yuri, cradling their sleepy 3-year-old daughter, Anastasia, on the plane's steps, captioning it, "We're going home." The family from St. Petersburg was ending a sunny vacation. Metrojet Flight 9268, an Airbus A321 bound for home, took off at 5:50 a.m., but disintegrated mid-air 23 minutes later over the Sinai Peninsula after an ISIS-planted bomb in the cargo hold exploded, killing all 224 aboard, the deadliest aviation incident involving Russia. Wreckage analysis confirmed the terrorism, leading to flight bans to Egypt and enhanced airport security worldwide. Olga's photo, one of many last posts from passengers, humanizes the loss, with memorials honoring the victims as innocents in a broader conflict. 14. Dashcam capture of TransAsia Flight 235's plunge. February 4, 2015. Chaos unfolded over Taipei, Taiwan, as TransAsia Flight 235, an ATR 72-600 en route to Kinmen, lifted off from Songshan Airport with 58 aboard. A dashcam from a passing taxi recorded the plane banking sharply left, its wing clipping in an elevated highway bridge before crashing into the shallow Keelung River. The 10-month-old aircraft suffered engine failure shortly after takeoff. Pilots mistakenly shut down the working engine, causing a stall. 43 died from impact and drowning, while 15 survived, rescued from the partially submerged fuselage amid freezing waters. Investigations blamed human error and inadequate training, leading to fleet groundings and simulator mandates. This footage, viewed millions of times, exposed aviation vulnerabilities and praised the dashcam driver's minor injuries as miraculous. 15. Carter Christensen's climb on Boulder's Flatiron. On August 6, 2017, 17-year-old Carter Christensen from Maple Grove, Minnesota, an aspiring Navy SEAL visiting friends in Longmont, Colorado, posted a daring photo on social media from atop Boulder's first Flatiron, iconic 1,000-foot rock formation in Chautauqua Park. Free soloing without ropes or gear, he reveled in the challenge. Tragically, during descent, he slipped and fell over 100 feet, his body discovered that evening by hikers. The coroner ruled it accidental blunt force trauma. Carter, known for his athleticism and adventurous spirit, joined a list of Flatiron fatalities, prompting discussions on climbing risks and the allure of social media stunts. Despite warnings, the formation sees thousands of scramblers annually, with his story urging caution in ropeless pursuits. Conclusion. These 15 photos remind us how fragile life can be. One moment of bliss, the next, oblivion. From tsunamis to crashes, each backstory reveals human resilience, error, and the unpredictable forces that shape our world. If these tales moved you, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Remember, cherish every snapshot. It might be the last. Stay safe out there.